Madrid are safely through to the last 16 of the Champions League after a 3-0 win over Braga at the Bernabéu tonight. Goals from Brahim, Vinicius Jr and Rodrygo put Braga to the sword in a resounding win for the 14-time winners, who have extended their all-time unbeaten home record against sides from Portugal to 11 matches. Artur Jorge's men should have led early on, but Álvaro Djaló wasted an opportunity from the penalty spot, and the Portuguese side capitulated in the second half. Braga now find themselves 4 points adrift of Napoli in second, and have it all to do in their remaining 2 group games if they want to join Real Madrid in the knockout stages. Carlo Ancelotti claimed that there is no drama after his Real side only drew 0-0 with Rayo Vallecano at the weekend, a game which also saw Jude Bellingham pick up a shoulder injury. That would see the Real Madrid talisman only start this game on the bench, and the hosts made the worst possible start, conceding a penalty inside the opening 5 minutes when Lucas Vázquez tugged Cristian Borja back in the penalty area. Referee Halil Mutmeler immediately pointed to the spot, meaning that Djaló would face Lunin, who was drafted in at the 11th hour following an injury to Kepa Arrizabalaga in the warm-up. In the Ukrainian keeper's first appearance since August, he was the hero for Los Blancos, keeping out Djaló's penalty low to his right-hand side, and denying the Portuguese side from taking a dream early lead. The match then momentarily became the Sekou Niakaté show, as he was almost culpable of conceding a penalty at the other end, as the Malian defender collided with Rodrygo in the area, but the referee waved away any complaints from the attacker. After surviving a few minor scares, Real eventually broke the deadlock shortly before the half-hour mark, with Ferland Mendy feeding Rodrygo down the left. The forward then squared for Diaz, who fired into the roof of the net beyond Matheus. Once the scoring was opened, the hosts never looked back and completely dominated proceedings. Early in the second half, Vinicius was involved again, setting up Diaz, but despite having 2 bites of the cherry, he was denied firstly by Matheus and then by José Fonte. That was only a sign of what was to come though, as Real got their second goal 3 minutes later, and it was a deserved goal for Vinicius Jr after an excellent opening hour. Great movement from all of Real's attackers allowed them to open Braga up, before Vázquez found Vinicius in the area and Matheus was beaten once more. It did not take long for Ancelotti's side to get their third either, and Vinicius was involved again, turning provider, playing a fine 1-2 with Rodrygo in a swift counter-attack from the hosts, and the goal-scorer showed superb close control before an exquisite lob over his Brazilian compatriot in goal. Eventually, the game slipped into a bit of lull in the final 25 minutes, with Real comfortably seeing the game out, also becoming the first side to stop Braga from scoring this season in 20 matches. With Real safely through, they only need a point against Napoli on matchday 5 in 3 weeks' time to secure top spot in Group C. Ancelotti's men will be hoping that they can wrestle back first place off Girona in La Liga 2 at the weekend when they welcome Valencia to the Bernabéu. Braga, meanwhile, remain on 3 points, and need a huge turnaround in the final 2 fixtures if they are going to make the last 16, with a spot in the Europa League now most likely. Jorge's side host Union Berlin next in the group, after the German club got off the mark with a draw in Naples earlier today.